Hello everyone, welcome back to the lab. So today's lab report is not like usual. I'm not focusing on anything specific. Instead, today's lab report, I will be including 10 different competitive Yu-Gi-Oh videos or channels to be more specific that you maybe missed during the past month, which is September 2020, to kind of make a simple and quick summary or recap for what happened in the past month. So before I actually start the list of the 10 channels, I would like to make a quick disclaimer. I'm trying to be as objective as I can. However, this is still my opinion based, so it's still kind of sort of biased. If you are disagree with whatever I says, feel free to comment down in the comment section. Tell me what you're actually thinking. If you really just dislike whatever I'm saying, feel free to even dislike the video. Be honest to yourself. I completely understand it. I think it's fair. Um, this list of the 10 channels are in a specific order that's like more convenient for me to go through everything. However, this is not a top 10 video. Therefore, the 10 channels are not in like any specific ranking or not. It's not ranked. Um, and if you like after you finish watching the video, if you did not find one of your favorite videos or channels in this video, it's possible like maybe I also watched it. I just don't prefer as much as the one I'm including, or maybe because simply I also missed it. So feel free to tell me that in the comment section. Maybe I'll do something else later, or maybe at least I will watch it for sure. So yeah, without further ado, I guess let's start. Uh, Before we actually get into the list of the 10 channels, I want to focus a little bit more on the background information about September 2020. First, at the end of August, there was a new product, which is the Megatin, that also has Red Eye Star Dragoon released. Dragoon's a card. It's actually kind of warped the format a little bit, not as much as it was in OCG like on release. However, this card does change like some lower tier of the format a little bit of the meta, and it does have like a pretty decent impact during the whole month of September 2020. That's a big thing in the background for the background information. That's pretty much the only relevant product. And the other one is like Radio Raw, but Radio Raw has absolutely zero impact to the format. Therefore, I'm really just not going to include it here. The other thing during September 2020 that has a big impact was in the middle of the month, or to be more exact, it's September 14th. There was a new ban list, a very surprisingly exciting ban list. This is probably one of the biggest ban lists since we have the quarantine started, or if not, it's probably the only ban list, if according to some people. The ban of Block Dragon, Jet, Synchron, and Mecha Phantom Beast O-line does change the meta, like they change the tier list quite a bit, and causing Adamantipator, Synchron Eldlich, and like those two decks just straight disappear from the tier, and causing Infernoble Knights have to play like significantly differently after the ban list. And from the limited section, like the coming back of Rusty Bardiche and Feather Duster does change the format a little bit. Not as much impactful as the bans, but still a pretty big change due to the meta. So does the limit of callback grave actually make the demand of triple tactic talent going higher? That's also a thing. For the rest, like didn't change much, but this ban list was like a big topic of the month, and it does shape like a lot of the videos, a lot of the information on the internet. So I guess it's time for us to really start the list. Just remember, the Megaton, or mainly Dragoon, and the ban list were the biggest background information during the month. And so let's start with the list. Number 10, I want to include DistantCoder. Coder is one of the five-headed judge or streamer in the community. He's famous of all the ruling like the ruling videos he usually posted or streamed about. Uh, during September, he posted two videos about can I outsmart this new Yu-Gi-Oh game with a lot of impossible rulings for two different parts. Yu-Gi-Oh Omega. Yu-Gi-Oh Omega is a new online automatic dueling system that's still currently under beta testing, has not come out yet. But Coder just be part of the testing crew and posted two video about him showing some very crazy, absurd ruling situation that can happen. I'm not gonna spoil it too much. It's a very fun video. Like those two are very fun videos to watch. Myself, like usually I do like judge some of the regionals and some like similar tournaments. I have to admit there are even some questions I was surprised with about the answer at the end, and but it be to be honest, like majority of the videos are kind of still far from the competitive. Uh, think about it. Why would you put yourself and your opponent and the judge on your table and the head judge of the tournament into a situation where everyone just want to shoot themselves based on what's on the board? So, but there are still some rulings in the video where you actually able to see in a competitive. I feel it's like still it's relatively far from the meta, but it's still like a very interesting, fun, and mainly surprising video to watch. So definitely give these two a try. It's gonna surprise you and to see how absurd this game at some point, like how absurd some rulings gonna actually result at the end. So yeah, this is number 10. Number 9, we have BladeYGO. BladeYGO is a channel where I like. So Blade does post a lot of like the history of something specific card, a specific archetype, or a specific deck in like in the past. If you are like relatively new to the history, like to competitive Yu-Gi-Oh, you might be interested to know about like the different history about individual things on his channel. During September, he posted a couple of video. One of them was why was Phantom Knights of Rusty Bardiche banned? It's literally just the history of this specific card because it just got unbanned during the middle of September. So if you want to watch how good this card, like what kind of impact it has in the history, that's a good video to like give you a recap, a very short but still informative like video to watch. And the other video he posted was like how I play on a budget in a Yu-Gi-Oh, and this is like very realistic to a lot of the players in the community where your budget is like limited for you to play the game, for you to acquire all the cards, and therefore watching this video might help you have like a simple guide to how you're gonna approach the physical cards. And since right now we're still under quarantine, so the game is still more based on online. But once the quarantine ends, you everyone might start facing this situation again where you actually have to buy real cards and playing real tournaments. So yeah, go give BladeYGO an attention, and he does he does have like some sort of competitive related or the history of some competitive related cards, archetypes, and I feel that's a good way if you're interested in the history. Next, our most famous team, Samurai X1, and uh, Sam made a lot of videos, obviously, like the entire time. The video I wanna talk about the most was about Jesse Cotton's Chaos Thunder Dragon deck profile. That it's technically posted on August 31st, but you know what? Let's just ignore that part. It's close enough. Um, the fact like it's rarely to have an opportunity to listen to what Jesse's mind is about a game is like a very good chance to like that's why even it's technically posted at the end of August, not in September, I still want to include this video. It just like even maybe you're not a fan of like Thunder Dragon or Chaos Dragons, it's still a good video to watch just to have a chance to listen to what Jesse's thought process, the way he building the deck, the way he choose every single card, like that's a very good thing that can, if you learn that part, you can even apply to almost everything. That's why I think this profile, just like this video specifically, is such a gem in on YouTube for the month, and I just don't want to miss it on the channel. Um, so yeah, this is so give it a try, give it a look, and listen to what Jesse's thoughts on the game. It's true that this specific deck, Jesse even said in the video, it's more he built it for a rogue tournament where it's like lower tier of the format. Therefore, if you just copy a card for card, you probably still won't do absolutely good in the real format in the real tournaments. However, the thought process, the way of thinking, the way he built it, the way he played it, still applies to almost whatever format or decks you are building or playing. So yeah, give it a try, give it a look. And next, there's another big event happened during September, which was LCS 6. LCS Luxury Championship Series was like a monthly big tournament happening every month since we started quarantine. Luxury Gaming was doing a very good job on like providing this wonderful opportunity for all the players, all the competitive players who still want to compete during this quarantine time. And because of the LCS 6, there's obviously a lot of like this tournament specifically kind of defines and provides the results of how the format is. So if you're interested in how the general meta will be, there are two channels, Cimo and Lithium, both did like a general summarize about the top 16 list and how the meta will be. And these two are just like a very good recap about LCS 6 and the meta in general. So these two, yeah, go take a look if you're just not exactly familiar with how the general meta is, how the ratios, how the tiers gonna be. And but if you want to dive more specific into individual deck profiles, all the top 16 profiles are scattered on YouTube from like different channels. One of the channel that I want to talk about here is Team BORTLE. BORTLE does include several different top 16 deck profiles. All the top fours, then I think two or three of the either top 8 or top 16 lists. And if you're just interested to listen to all the top players, what their thoughts about the format, how they approach it, how they get results with it, go watch Team BORTLE's like the deck profiles, and it's gonna help you have like a better understanding of the meta. Then outside BORTLE, there's another one which is DB Grinder. DB Grinder also did a profile about the top 16, the Wombo Combo Rocket Dragon Eldlich deck that even till now I still don't understand how he managed to put everything together. But that's a good video because you really need a deck profile to understand how this monstrosity pile really get function together. And this is a good deck profile to really get the thoughts in. And DB Grinder as a channel usually have like a lot of either replays or commentary about either the tournament matches or high rated DB matches. So if you are interested in more like active active playing, you can go just watch the replays on DB Grinder. That's also a very good channel. So after we talk about like the tournaments, then like the tournament results, next we have our favorite MSD TV, our favorite Tombox. Tombox made a video Like Tom Box made a lot of videos, obviously, and one of the video I want to focus on featuring right now is this deconstructing meta boards, Dino Dragon, PK Rusty Dragoon, Noble Knights. Like he made a video about teaching you where the weakness, the choke points of every single combo decks are. So if you know how the meta is already, then you want to know like the weakness of every combo deck, so you can like use your hand trap more effectively. Then Tom Box on like MSTV does provide you a good video, just straight talking about the specific topic of the meta, like this specific thing. So give it a try if you want to have like, if you feel like a bottleneck where you're just not familiar with other decks, then maybe you should watch this video to know where are the choke points for you to use your hand traps to hit. That's gonna be the most effective at the end. So after we talk about that many like meta relevant or format relevant things, let's talk a little bit more about some theory videos. Number three, we have Cody Angeloff, or according to this deleted banner from the very beginning of this channel, our favorite Cody Angeloff. Uh, I think he deleted us due to the misspelling, but whatever. Cody just started. Well, everyone know him as our longest national champion, and as a Twitch streamer. Recently, I think during September, he also started his YouTube channel, and one of his first videos was the real reason why 40 cards is still better than 60. This is like a very, very controversial topic existing in the game for a while. Like, this is the historical debate question. And me and Cody did even have a debate multiple times in the history where we just arguing which one is better in what kind of specific situations. He does give you like a very general idea about different reason why he thinks 40 is better than 60. In my opinion, I agree with the majority, but there are some like specific details. I think it should be discussing like a more specific situation, like more specific in a specific deck, and more specific to like a specific meta. So I mean, I'm not gonna talk about it too much because then this video is gonna be like 3 hour extra long and turn into a completely different video. So this could be a thing in the future, but who knows? Me and Cody arguing on the stream was usually like the biggest thing people like to watch. Whatever. If you are interested in Cody theory, go give a look. Give a watch to his new video. He's also just the new channel. If everyone wanna interesting what he gonna post in the future, go like and subscribe to his channel. And another theory video I wanna really featuring right now. It's on a channel probably not many people know about it, just in terms of how many subs it has. It's Z Butler TCG. This is Zach Butler's channel. I know Zach. Zach is one of my good friend, and he is a writer for I think TCG Player, and he does have a YouTube channel. However, the channel isn't that big compared to all the other ones I have covered. And he made a video about card rules in current Yu-Gi-Oh! Like by just looking at the viewers, it's actually a video where it just doesn't get much attention at all. However, I think it just like this video, this topic specifically, is so important that it's like it should get more attention on it just based on how important this topic is. Like car rules, if you're not familiar, I can give you a couple examples. For example, like for example the deck I play the most, Dragon Link, that I was known for. There were a lot of people at the beginning of Rise of Duelist time. They asked me about the Chaos Ruler, the new level 8 Synchro monster, the one that says you mill 5 on summon, and compare it to Boros Savage. Then I told them in the Dragon Link deck, whenever you do a synchro summon or synchro for level 8 specifically, the role for this level A synchro monster is usually about uh, serving like as an interruption, as a threat to your opponent, where Moral Savage fits the situation here. However, Chaos Ruler is it doesn't pose any interruption. It's like more similar to it's more like the role for Chaos Ruler is more like a starter or the extender where it make your board bigger for you to end with something else more conveniently. Therefore, it doesn't fit the role here. That's why it's not even a possible comparison to think about running Chaos Ruler for like over or replacing Savage Dragon. That's like just completely another thing. Like core rules is very important in the game. I can give you another example. Like people usually people only debate if the two cards have same or similar card rules, such as Boar Sword and Axis Code Talker. Like it's like a historical debate where which one will be better now between Boar Sword and Axis. They both kind of kill people. They're the killer of your deck. They perform OTKs. However, However, in some specific deck, like Boar Sword is probably better in Dragon Links, and Axis Code is probably better in some other decks because the difference of the requirements. And that's like since their roles are similar, that's why you're able to compare them. Like this is a very, very like important about the fundamental of the competitive Yu-Gi-Oh in terms of deck building. In Zach's video, he uses Salamangreat as another example. So like I kind of just talk about it a little bit because I think the topic was so crucial to like doing well in the game. If you are like feeling you kind of don't have that the knowledge of this part of the game, go watch this video. It's actually like a very important thing for you to understand this and get better about it. So yeah, this is the number two, which I think it's very important. That's why I put it like relatively higher in the list. Next, before I get to the number one that I saved until the end, I want to have some honorable mentions first. First of all, it's my own channel, Senpai's YGO Lab. You better have watched everything already because you're watching this video. If not, go watch all of them. During September, I posted a couple videos at the beginning of the month about Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. I think these are either posted at the end of August or the beginning of September, since Dragoon was released around the same time. I made like a tutorial video and two sample deck profiles about potential Dragoon decks existing. Those, although it's true I posted before the ban list, but the ban list absolutely didn't change anything in those three videos. So they're still viable. And if you feel like you need more knowledge about uh, Dragoon decks or Dragoon theories, go watch these. And I posted a series of other lab reports where, after the ban list, I start to research on Infernoble Knights because I want to be like sort of the first one to figure out how to most efficiently play the deck. Therefore, I made a series video about the new Infernoble Knights. These are 5 different parts about the big lab report about Infernoble Knights post the ban list after losing both Jet and O-Lion. The first 3 are all about combos, like there are combo videos with explanation on it. The fourth part is my top 16 deck profile from LCS6, as well as I got the first placing Gabe's remote duel league with the same list. So the fourth one is a deck profile. The fifth one, the last part, was me commentating like 2 matches about or during top LCS6, and by with me commentating on it, it will give you a better like or direct view about how my like this specific that works in right now for my specific build. So if you're interested in the Infernoble Knights specifically, go watch like all of these videos. It's gonna give you a very well understanding about how this that works. And since I'm the one making like this list, that's why I didn't really including myself on the list. I just move it into the honorable mention. I still think those are very important information for anyone wanting interested in the format or interested in this deck specifically. I think it's still good to like include them at least. So since we talk about a little bit on Infernoble Knights, there's another channel where it's about Jerry Senimore, his channel, and he also made a video about the Infernoble Knights. He had a completely different approach with me on the same deck, where he focused more on consistency but lower ceiling, where I'm focusing on like a rather higher ceiling board. So this is also a good video. I did not include it in the list because I just think it's a little bit way too specific on one deck. Where all other videos they're sort of like, even they're not like, they either like tournament results or theories, or even like Jesse's, it was about his Chaos Thunder deck. But I think Jesse's like thought process was like a bigger gem for the video. That's why this one I just leave it in the honorable mention section. Still a good video. It does have like his deck profiles and like couple different Infernable combos he showed. It was posted like on the release, like day zero of the ban list. Not even on the day where effective. It's on the Friday before, on the day where the ban list was announced. So things might change already because it's relatively couple weeks or maybe even a month old for this video, and the combo could change. But overall, they still give you like a basic fundamental knowledge about the Infernoble deck, which is I think is very at least good to know. And the last honorable mention I want to have is, let's go back to our favorite MSTTV. See, MSTV Tom Box usually have a kind of series of video where every format he made a how to interrupt ultimate counter guide. I was very fortunate to be part of it to explain with him about it for this one. However, these two videos is like part one, part two. These two videos were before the ban list, so it's slightly like half of the video are right now just less useful due to the balance change. Like, you're not gonna need to know how to interrupt Emancipator or Synchron Eldlich anymore because those decks are just gone from the format, right? So these two videos are relatively kind of outdated already. That's why I just didn't include them on the list. I include them in the honorable mention section. Still good video to watch because it does include some other decks where it got left from the last format and become the higher tier of this format. So half the videos are like half of these two together were still good information to know. I think a few days ago, by the time this video got recorded, I think he did made a new one for this specific format, but I'll probably include it next month for what 10 videos or channels you maybe missed during October 2020. That's like a plan for next month. So for these two, for the September one, I'll just put them in the honorable mention because unfortunately they're outdated. So yeah, finally, let's come back to the list. The number one I've been saved. Number one, I wanna feature in here was Sir Aminom. Uh, Sir Aminom Ben was like a good friend of me and a very good talent player. I did like know him for a while. During September, he made two profiles, well, two video about a deck profile. One, the first part is about his Goki deck, and the second one is like more a combo tutorial things. Just looking at the length, you can know like these two has a lot of information. It's like Goki is a deck that was very popular and very crazily good during 2018, and because all the balance changes, the deck now is like relatively weaker compared to all other combos. However, with the release of Dragoon, with the coming back of Rusty, and the deck now still able to put out a decent board with the new supports. And Ben did give like a very good explanation about like how he built this specific deck. it's very possible like you're not an in the like you're not a specific Goki fan, or to be more specific, like the fan of link spam strategy in general. It's still good to watch this, like these two, at least the deck building video, where he actually technically just like build a deck with you and teach you how his individual step, individual thoughts of every step is. And I think those are actually the gem of the video. Like the Goki part, the deck part specifically, probably not going to be that useful for the meta, but the way he approached the deck, he approached every single card, he like kind of polished the whole deck. Those kind of things are the hidden gems of these two videos. So I think these are very important thing. If you like watch his video and learn those specific parts, you can apply those not only on Goki, on almost every deck you are building, and that's just like very beneficial to watch. Um, Even you're not a fan of this specific deck. That's why I want to say go watch these two videos. Like the second video is about like a combo tutorial where he does also include like the way of maybe how you play around the interruptions, like such as hand traps. And that's very important almost no matter what deck you're playing in the meta. That's also a good thing you need to learn, you need to know to do well in tournaments. So yeah, this is the number one. I think Ben's video, like these two videos specifically, give you a very informative way of learning how to build everything. Like you should focus on his way of thinking instead of the specific deck. So give him a look, give him a like, subscribe to him, and yeah, this is overall my 10 the list of the 10 channels I like to include that you maybe missed during September 2020. If you like this kind of video, if you like content such as this, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it to whoever you think might be interested to watch any of this that I listed. Um, Tell me what your thoughts on this video or even any of the video I listed, which is fine. I will be including all the links in the description section down below. So that's it. That's the lab report for today. Uh, I will see everyone in the lab in the future. See y'all.